Docura is AI built to understand your documents. It runs locally, so your information never leaves your computer. Workspaces keep your projects completely isolated. Here's how I'd use it as a consultant. This workspace is set up for consulting a government agency. It contains government strategies, treasury guidelines, budget priorities. I've indexed the workspace, so now everything is searchable by the AI. Let's start with understanding what's in the workspace. What documents are in the workspace? 6 files: Reforming New South Wales Planning System, Infrastructure New South Wales, State Infrastructure Strategy, Government Budget Statement, Business Case Guidelines, and Government Asset Management Policy. Now let's dig deeper. What funding priorities are emphasised in the most recent New South Wales budget? The funding priorities emphasised in the most recent budget include Energy Infrastructure Roadmap, so a 20-year plan to transform the electricity system, renewable energy zones across New South Wales, investment in infrastructure projects such as energy, transport and housing, and prioritisation of affordable, clean and reliable energy. How does the State Infrastructure Strategy align with budget priorities? State Infrastructure Strategy aligns with budget priorities by prioritising investment in infrastructure projects such as energy, transport and housing, which are mentioned in the budget statement document. The strategy also emphasises the importance of affordable, clean and reliable energy, which is consistent with the Energy Infrastructure Roadmap and Renewable Energy Zones initiatives mentioned in the budget priorities. As a government agency, I'm interested in what requirements do the New South Wales government business cases impose on agencies seeking capital funding. Agencies seeking capital funding must comply with the following requirements: submit a business case, outlines objectives, benefits, costs and risks, thorough cost-benefit analysis to ensure the proposed investment is economically viable, clear implementation plan that outlines the steps necessary to deliver the project, establish a governance framework that ensures effective management and oversight of the project. The agency must establish a monitoring and evaluation framework to track progress, identify issues, and make adjustments as needed. How do the new planning reforms impact agency business case requirements? According to the document, the new planning reforms aim to simplify and streamline the planning system by establishing consistent set of DA requirements, removing regulatory barriers and clarifying submission, lodgement, assessment, information request processes, standardizing and simplifying planning certificates to ensure land information is accurate and accessible, and introducing clear notification protocols for legislative changes affecting planning certificates. So agencies will need to consider the new DA requirements. The removal of regulatory barriers could positively impact the costs and timelines outlined in the agency business cases. And the standardization and simplification of planning certificates may provide more accurate and accessible land information, which could inform agency business case decisions. It's essential to know these reforms are still being implemented and their specific impacts on agency business case requirements will depend on the details of the reforms when they're finalised. Let's bring this all together. Propose one high-impact project worth $20 million based on government priorities and requirements. Based on the government priorities and requirements, I propose a high-impact project worth $20 million that aligns with the following areas: renewable energy zones, energy infrastructure roadmap, and investment in infrastructure projects. Project title: Development of a 100 milliwatt solar PV farm as part of the Renewable Energy Zones initiative, located in a regional New South Wales with access to high-quality solar resources and existing transmission infrastructure. Objectives be to reduce greenhouse gas emissions by generating clean energy, support the growth of renewable energy in New South Wales, and create jobs to stimulate local economies through construction and operation of the project. So we've got land acquisition and preparation, equipment and installation, construction and commissioning, ongoing maintenance and operations. This project aligns with government priorities, including the Energy Infrastructure Roadmap and REZ initiatives. It also contributes to reducing greenhouse gas emissions and supporting the growth of renewable energy in New South Wales. You can see the proposals reflecting funding signals from the budget and the state infrastructure strategy, also compliance with New South Wales business case requirements. That's cross-system reasoning and cross-government frameworks. Docura can synthesize across strategic layers and draft defensible proposals, all completely locally within isolated workspaces. To learn more, to start a free trial, visit docuraai.com.